Good day, I'm Enriquez. Today I am going to discuss the outstanding contributions of the following in linguistics. Aristotle. He made pioneering contributions to all fields of philosophy and science. He invented the field of formal logic, and he identified the various scientific disciplines and explored their relationships to each other. Aristotle was also a teacher and founded his own school in Athens known as the Lyceum. So, Robert Loth, as bishop, he eradicated abuses of the clergy in political and financial matters and declined in 1783 to be named Archbishop of Canterbury. His writings include Life of William of Wykeham, 1758, A Short Introduction to English Grammar in 1762, and Sermons and Other Remains, 1834. Sir William Jones was an English philologist, Orientalist, and jurist. While serving as a judge of the High Court at Calcutta, he became a student of ancient India and founded the Asiatic Society of Bengal. He is best known for his famous proposition that many languages sprung from a common source, and his scholarship helped to generate widespread interest in Eastern history, language, and culture, and it led to new directions in linguistic research. So, Ferdinand de Saussure, his main contribution to structuralism was his theory of a two-third reality about language. The first is the language, the abstract and invisible layer, while the second, the parole, refers to the actual speech that we hear in real life. So now I will explain the historical development of language, evolutionary or Darwinian. So Darwin described how language might have evolved through natural and sexual selection. He compared birds learning to sing to infants babbling. So, an early progenitor of man, he wrote, probably used his voice as did the male gibbon to produce musical cadences for courtship and to compete with other males. So, now I will define or describe or explain the following. So, first, Romance languages. Less commonly referred to as Latin languages or Neo-Latin languages are the various modern languages that evolved from Vulgar Latin between the 3rd and 80th centuries. So they are a subgroup of the Italic languages in the Indo-European language family. Proto-Germanic or Germanic languages. Scholars often divide the Germanic languages into three groups: West Germanic, including English, German, and Netherlandic or Dutch; North Germanic, including Danish, Swedish, Icelandic, Norwegian, and Faroes, and East Germanic, now extinct, comprising only Gothic and the languages of the Vandals, Burgundians, and a few other tribes. So, Indo-European languages are a language family native to the overwhelming majority of Europe, the Iranian Plateau, and the northern Indian subcontinent. Sino-Tibetan languages. So, a group of languages that includes both the Chinese and the Tibeto-Burman languages. So, in terms of numbers of speakers, they constitute the world's second largest language family after Indo-European. So, including more than 300 languages and major dialects. So, now I will explain the following. So, first, Grimm's law defines the relationship between certain stop consonants in Germanic languages and their originals in Indo-European. So these consonants underwent shifts that change the way they are pronounced. The Great Vowel Shift was a series of changes in the pronunciation of the English language that took place primarily between 1400s and 1700s, beginning in southern England and today having influenced effectively all dialects of English. So now I will discuss the history of English language. So Old English, a West Germanic language and developed out of Ingvaeonic, also known as North Sea Germanic dialects from the 5th century. It came to be spoken over most of the territory of the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms, which became the Kingdom of England. Middle English, so a period of roughly 300 years from around 1150 CE to around 1450 is difficult to identify because it is a time of transition between two eras that each have stronger definition. So Old English and Modern English. So Modern English is conventionally defined as the English language since about 1450 or 1500s. So distinctions are commonly drawn between the early modern period, roughly 1450 to 1800s. So, and late modern English is 1800s to the present. So early modern English or early New English is the stage of the English language from the beginning of that Tudor period to the English interregnum and restoration, or from the transition from Middle English. So in the late 50th century to the transition to the modern English in the mid to late 17th century. So the late modern English period provides an essential link between the syntactic innovations of early modern English and the established system of present-day English.